Good morning, Ann.
Good morning.
Well, isn't it nice to see the sunshine?
It's nice to be outdoors.
You know, I thought it would be great for us today to kind of give people a sense of calm after the extraordinary events that we have had this spring on the Gulf Coast.
Yes.
We've had what I call not the freeze, but the event.
The event that just went on and on.
Forever. And then we've been blessed with a lot of moisture.
Yes.
So it has brought some challenges, especially coming off of the event.
The event.
So we wanted to share with everybody this morning
some good news.
Some good news.
Good news in the garden.
Exactly. So
this bed,
one of the most spectacular is this guy right here.
Beverly, we're standing beside the most incredible garden I've seen in a long, long time, in the sense that every plant in here is a return from last year.
It is.
These things have made it through fire and ice.
They have, literally. So they're survivors.
And incredible blooming comfrey. It's just covered with flowers, and we don't always see our comfrey do that.
You know, the other day when we were visiting and walking through the herb garden, you made mention of, and we all know, what survived and what came back with more vigor than ever.
Absolutely.
And you made the comment about herbs in England.
Oh yes, I think we have a parsley. We're gonna call it British parsley, and we have a lovage we're gonna call British lovage. These things never grow to the size here in Texas that they do in England or anywhere in the British Isles. And the winter just really pumped them up.
It did.
They're excited. They're twice or three times as big as usual.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
We had to walk through the garden and literally taste it to discern which one it was. They were so big.
We just didn't expect it at all.
No.
And I think there's a message in that for those of us that are concerned about replanting their gardens for fear it might happen again. Well, the event was, special, extraordinary, and we need to get back in our gardens for ourselves and for the soil and for the bees and the insects. I mean, we need to get growing.
I've been watching the honeybees as we've been talking to the bumblebees out here today. Well, so we pointed out the comfrey. Look how spectacular the dill is right now. Again, a survivor.
It is almost as tall as I am, and next to it, those cone flowers.
Aren't they stunning?
Incredible. And here's a rose that's already come into bloom. Gay Hammond. And there's some bronze fennel. And a wonderful returnee is the bell pepper basil. It's the only perennial basil, and even this past year hasn't slowed it down.
Well, I have to tell you, that one has surprised me. I never expected to see any basil survive that event.
That one is one that came to Madeline Hill from the mountains in Mexico, so maybe it's used to having cold feet.
Yeah.
At any rate, it's very exciting to see.
It is.
Partly because I'm working to revive my own plantings, and also just to see what's possible in our gardens in this part of Texas.
Well, I wanted, since you started touching on basil, we did have a question from Montgomery, and someone's trying to grow basil in their windowsill.
With our fear of another event or too much rain, or maybe our gardens aren't ready, we're tempted to bring home small pots of herbs and put them in the windowsill to use them conveniently for cooking. After a few days, especially basil will begin to decline. And really and truly, these herbs especially, they need to be outdoors. They need the wind. They need the cool nights, they need the sunshine, and they need to be in soil that isn't mushy.
Right, they have big root systems.
They have big root systems. So, go ahead and take it. It's fine now.
Yeah.
Take your basil outside.
And that was a good point when we were visiting earlier. You said, Madeline always advised, never plant basil before Mother's Day.
Exactly.
Well, it's passed, and now we have plenty on the shelves.
There was a while when I couldn't find basil on the shelves, but it is really
And it's not
wonderful.
too late to plant herbs.
No. It's never too late to plant basil. You can plant it up to cold weather time, and
Yes.
you'll get some leaves off of it if there's any sun and any warmth at
Yeah.
all. But and the rest of herbs, so many herbs prefer a cooler climate than we have. So
Well, speaking of our successes
yeah,
in this garden, you'll see this shaggy portulaca. That's a little native portulaca. I love it. I let it grow everywhere. What a great weed preventer, but it's a great little nectar plant.
Oh,
so
it
you'll
is.
see it
Oh.
just popping up all over the nursery. And then look at the aloes.
yeah, it looks like it's been here for 25
I know,
years,
right?
And it made it through the event, did it?
Yes, it did. It did.
Who would have thought? I mean, this garden is just amazing. It isn't particularly sheltered either.
Nothing was sheltered, and we
And
were in
you
the
didn't-
single digits.
Yeah.
We did no protection
Yeah.
at all.
It just shows what you can do. This is very good soil.
It's good soil.
It's Arborgate soil. It's Arborgate blend fertilizer, and everything is in balance with nature. With a bed like this, it's draining.
Yes, it's
So
very well
these
drained.
plants are not sitting in water.
They are not. And so on our great successes here, we do have to mention one that was not
Yes.
a good success.
Yes, very
And
sadly.
everybody knows this circle area with the fabulous, incredible Blue Lady Rosemary.
Yes.
It obviously didn't survive the event. We replanted it in the 1st of March, but unfortunately it hasn't survived this recent rain event.
Yeah.
So we will replant it
Yes.
again. I don't want people to be afraid to
No.
plant what they love.
It'll come back. This bed will be amenable to having rosemary again.
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
And it'll be blooming blue flowers.
Let's see if we can go discover some more successes.
Okay.
Thank you.